Welcome to Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. I'm Peter Gross, co-host of the original Wild Kingdom with Marlin Perkins and Jim Fowler. For more than 50 years, Wild Kingdom explored wildlife and our natural world. Tonight's episode, and many others, focus on the timeless value of wildlife conservation. Wild Kingdom played a critical role in changing public attitudes about the importance of animals for the health of our planet and our own quality of life. We challenge viewers to learn about animals and get involved in conservation in their local communities. That call to action resulted in more visits to local zoos, nature preserves, and even observing animals in their natural habitats. And that connection with animals benefits all of us in the Wild Kingdom. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Mutual of Omaha.
Hello, welcome to Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Jim and I have just returned from 2 exciting hunts in the wilds of Canada. First, we went to the lakes and swamps of Ontario here in search of the magnificent moose, the largest member of the deer family and the biggest of North America's big game animals. Then westward to the Canadian Rockies to capture mountain goats. These white woolly goats, with their saber-sharp horns, live high on the peaks of some of the most rugged mountains in the world.
Nature has designed both animals so that they can live comfortably in areas that were once inaccessible to man. However, with the advent of helicopters, modern game rangers and conservationists can now reach the most isolated peaks to capture goats, or they can easily skim over swamps and lakes right into the heart of moose country. Rangers from Ontario's Fish and Wildlife Department were ready to go when I arrived at our takeoff point near the village of Geraldton. These men have perfected a unique method of tagging moose using helicopters. Ranger Earl Stone is in charge. Our copter pilot is Oscar Sedin, and Bill Cook is our tagger. A final briefing from Earl. We're to search the lakes here, where a number of moose have been sighted. A movie camera has been rigged on one pontoon, and I set its triggering device. It'll give us a close-up study of the moose tagging. But it'll take an experienced pilot like Oscar to get us to the moose. Bill readies the tagging equipment. It consists of a numbered metal tag fitted into special pliers which clip it to the moose's ear. This is real moose country. Tall trees and shallow lakes, rich with aquatic vegetation that the animals like to feed on in summertime. Far below, our first moose, but we can't get him in the timber. According to the map, there's lots of water ahead, and that's where you have to catch a moose, in open water where you have an advantage. This time of day, moose go into the lakes to feed and escape the heat and flies. Our search area is just ahead. not long before we spot our first good target. We make a fast approach, but so far the moose has good footing and is too fast for us. We can't tag it until it slows up in deep water. Oscar swings right and Bill gets set. The lake's deeper now, so the moose is forced to swim. Our target is strong, cunning, and can swim like a beaver. The tagging is done from the end of the pontoon. When the moose is in position, I trigger the camera on the other pontoon, and here's what it sees. Her coat's wet, and Bill can't grab a hold. The only good place to grab her is the ear. And in goes the tag. Her ears are tough, and she hardly feels a thing. It's my turn now to catch the next one. Another numbered tag is fitted into the pliers, and we're ready to go. We're only a couple hundred feet above the forest, and Bill's still logging our first success when I see a familiar outline in the lake below. She sees us, and the race is on. Time to go. She's a smart old female, but let's keep after her. Oscar alters direction, speeds up, and tries to cut off her escape. She's leading us too close to shore. There's only one hope. I tried to turn her away from the shore, but I dived too late. After missing the first attempt, I was determined to catch a moose the next time I got into the tagger's seat. But now it was Bill Cook's turn to try. It isn't long before we sight our next prospect, a huge male plowing through the water like a battleship. Some of these bulls weigh almost a ton. Oscar warns that there are submerged logs in this lake, so Bill must work fast. If we hit a log, it could tip us over, and that would be the end of the copter and us. Also, those antlers could damage the copter if he rears back. He's really moving. To avoid hitting any floating objects, Oscar keeps the pontoons just above the water. A last effort, but it's no good. The bull won this time. Now it's my turn. One thing is sure, this kind of tagging requires experience, determination, and a certain amount of luck. As we take off, the bull struggles for a footing. His hooves are designed by nature so he can travel where most animals would be bogged down. There are more lakes to the north. We start climbing back to our best scouting altitude. This time it's a perfect setup. Like a huge dragonfly, the copter sweeps in, keeping the animal away from the bank. Stretch, but she escapes. Just a little closer. Got her. The tag is in. This is a great way to tag moose. All this tagging helps scientists study animal movements and habits more thoroughly. Vital research for all those who dwell in the wild kingdom.
After the moose tagging project, we went on a hunt for the sure-footed mountain goats. This took us to western Canada and the Rockies. Jim was already high in the mountains setting up our goat trap when I flew in by helicopter with the last of the equipment. The scenery is so magnificent it takes your breath away. On those craggy peaks high above the timbered valleys, the hardy mountain goats live year-round. A radio call to alert Jim that we're coming in to land. He's working with Al Oming of the Alberta Game Farm, who knows the area and pioneered the method we'll use to catch goats for this scientific study. While Jim unties the last section of net, Al explains how we must drive the goats from the far peaks down into the valley, where nets will be set up. A tough assignment for any pilot. When we spot them, I'm to radio Al and Jim, so they can place the nets in the right position. We're off, heading for the high peaks at the far end of the valley. Al and Jim head down the valley with the nets. Climbing now to 11,000 feet, our search begins. There they are, 2 white woolly goats, like flies crossing the almost perpendicular face of the cliff. Their non-skid spread hooves enable them to grasp the most precarious footholds. I can see why they're called the Prince of the Peaks. Actually, they're not true goats, but are related to the antelopes. Their thick coats protect them from icy winter winds, and they can slash an attacker to pieces with those sharp horns. I alert Jim to start putting up the nets at the lower end of the valley. Operation Goat Capture is underway. While we're watching the goats up on the peaks, Al and Jim set up the net down in the valley. The poles in the center must be camouflaged. The net has just slipped over the end pole. There's no need to tie it. Everything's rigged so that when the goats hit the net, it'll collapse on them. High among the snowy peaks, our fantastic goat drive begins. Driving goats by copter is no easy job. One escapes over the ridge. The other looks as if it's stuck, but only for a moment. The goat is moving, but in the wrong direction. Instead of going down, it's climbing higher. Out of the crevasse it goes, but keeps on climbing. Finally, it runs into a cave, and we swing away at the last second. We almost ran smack into the rocks. It's not long before two more are sighted. The chase is on. Down into a narrow cleft, then up the other side. With those enormous shoulder muscles, no wonder he can run up mountains so easily. He also finds a hiding place. No luck on the peaks, but lower down, there's a good-sized herd. They're in the right position. It should be possible to drive them over this ridge and down into the valley. We get them into the mouth of the valley. Now they must be driven down towards the nets. on there. One of them's fallen behind and is trying to head for higher ground. So up we go, forcing him to follow his two racing companions. To alert Jim, and he runs for cover in some bushes overlooking the goat trap. Al moves as close to the nets as he can. Like an aerial sheepdog, the copter keeps after the goats, herding them towards the waiting nets. Over the last hill. This is it. Stand by, Jim. They're headed in your direction. This is as far as we can drive them, almost into the net. But suddenly they turn away, and it's a foot race to head them back to the net. Two are caught in the net, but the fight isn't over yet. First, the legs must be tied securely. Now for the difficult part, untangling them from the net. They must be specially careful of those deadly horns. Look out, Jim. At last the goat is under control. The hind legs will have to be retied before it can be moved. We've captured two fine specimens. All that has to be done now is pick them up and ferry them back to the Alberta Game Farm. Our chase by helicopter over the mountain peaks of Western Canada and the swamps and lakes of Ontario was an exciting and memorable adventure. We had a chance to see some of Canada's superb scenery. We also had the opportunity of working with some fine men, like Ontario's wildlife rangers and Al Oming of the Alberta Game Farm. Although we tagged the magnificent moose and caught the elusive mountain goat, we brought back no trophies. Our only trophy was knowledge, not antlers over the fireplace. And knowledge surely is the richest prize man can seek in the wild kingdom.
Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
Like what you saw? Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for more exclusive content. And visit our website at wildkingdom.com.